Something we've only seen less than a handful of times since this franchise was born back in the 90s, and that's Jacksonville hosting in the playoffs as we welcome you to TIAA Bank Field. Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. Here we go. Set. 60 outlaw. It's a party now. It's a party.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A run for Nick Chubb. Malik Jefferson in there on the stop.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Throwing Jones. Completes it to Lee. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Brings up 3rd down.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Topper! Topper!
Operating from the gun, Jones. And he connects with Ertz. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 37. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
On the ready. Mike 50, Mike 50. I got him. Speed dribble.
Now on 2nd and 13. Jones trying for the tight end. Ertz, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darqueze Dennard. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
I don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Check. Motion. Regular.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Andy Dalton. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you.
And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Jordan Evans gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. To throw from his end zone. Jones. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. And he'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 11.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down.
I'm coming after you. Hey, Foxtrot. Ready?
Jones from the gun, he'll throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
The Bengals drive about to get going. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a 1st down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a 1st down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
And now the throw hauled in by Green. In the wild card win last week, he had just 2 catches, and now he's got his first one here.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Hey, Steve 6. 27, Mike 27. Better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better. We're good.
Dalton here from the gun. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 32-yard line.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. A first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. An 11-yard touchdown as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And a big mistake on the return. He's out of bounds at his own 1-yard line.
All right, partner, get that disapproving look off of your face. He did get it out to the 1-yard line. Yeah, I know. Wasn't the best play in the world. He's hoping his offense can bail him out.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Now Jones, operating from the gun. Aguilar has it. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Down. 18 Gator. X3. 218. Chopper. Down.
From the gun, Jones. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darquez Denard. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the 1st half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? Gets it to his running back, Bernard. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll make this a 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Nixon will try the right side. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Check.
The toss play to Mixon. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And avoids the contact by sliding. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. Now Matt Bryant on for the field goal. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down at about the 15. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some...
Jones now throwing again. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Geno Atkins. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time, it yields a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now Dalton. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals.
Hey, orbit. 47's the mic, boy. 47. Check, 47.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
first kick 47. This one looks good as well. Meanwhile, on the NFL scoreboard, a game going on in Chicago. That one now a 2-touchdown advantage for the Panthers. That'll be a game to monitor as we go along. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Jones. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, Jones. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Incomplete. It's 4th down.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down.
Go. On the ball. 3 down.
Here's Jones. A final shot before break. He's going to wind, and that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So it's on to halftime of this AFC divisional round matchup as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Watch the run. Motion. Comes up the helmet. Here we go. Hey, look.
Mixon will get it to start the second half. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Regular.
Now on 2nd and 16. Dalton going deep downfield for Ross. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Passing, it's Dalton. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sand. Josh Allen able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Kevin Huber now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. .46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Now Austin. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field.
Ready, set. Mike 57. I'm coming, baby. Woo! Check. Look at me. Go.
Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
8, read. Let's get in holes. Slam.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Jones. Now a leaping catch. He's got it. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
That's good for Jaguars. First down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try the draw now with Chubb. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Ready. Stick the oar. Off the screen. Now.
On the ground, it's Chubb. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Lee. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off inside the 10. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football. And at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Dalton, 1st and 10. And this one's incomplete. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield, and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Pretty good results here on the 1st down run as he takes this forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. So Dalton now. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. There goes Green. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A.J. Green, 53 yards. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Jones from the gun, he'll throw. Completes it to Aguilar. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line.
Brings up second and 3 at the 34-yard line.
They run it again with Chubb. And an alley to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play, first down. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And this is caught by Lee. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Marquise Lee there to make the grab. And the Jaguars get a score closer. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Watch the twist, watch the twist.
93, 52, 93, 44, 44. Here you go.
They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. Mixon hit, and all the ball is out. And the Jags grab it, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th.
Come on, set. HE Gator. Blue draw, Corker.
They give to Chubb out of the gun. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jones.
Well, partner.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. From 19 yards away, as his guys are back within a single score. Great corner out there, not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field, and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. 1-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
52, 93, 44, 44. There you go.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
2 by 2. Move. 48 mark. 48 mark. And watch that. And watch the ball. Check. 48's the mic. 48's the mic. Double dog. Double dog.
Throw left side, complete to Ross. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
They go 368. Switch.
Mixon with a first down carry. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd and 11 now. Dalton, and that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
40. Go, Cam. Go. Hey, Haywood.
From the gun, Dalton. He's got his man, Boyd. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 25-yard line. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Check. Shift. Watch the shift.
On first down, Bernard. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Hey, wahoo! Back this. 48's the mic. Hey, watch the screen.
Now Joe Mixon. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
48's the mic. And we heavy on the edges. Switch.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This fielded at the 2. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see them go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill.
Bravo.
Hey. 50's the mic. 50's the mic.
Hey, Foxtrot. Shoot.
Now Jones throwing on 4th down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Sean Williams. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Mike.
Dalton on the draw to Mixon. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
A loss of a yard brings up 4th down.
So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we sign off from Jacksonville.